Can I be honest with you? Some of you are not just tired. You are sleep deprived, overwhelmed, emotionally stretched, and trying to carry too much with way too little sleep. But you know what is the scary part? Many women have gotten so used to functioning this way, they think it is normal. But not getting enough sleep is not just leaving you worn out, it may be affecting you in ways you have not yet connected. So if you have not been feeling like yourself lately, there may be more going on than you realize. And that's why in this video, I want to help you connect the dots. Because once you understand what poor sleep may really be doing behind the scenes, you may start to look at your health very differently. So many women don't realize that gaining weight is about much more than what they eat. Sometimes the issue starts before breakfast even begins. It starts the night before. Because when you're not getting enough sleep, your body does not just feel tired. It can increase your risk of gaining weight. Now, research shows that not getting enough sleep is linked to weight gain and obesity, partly because it affects your appetite and food choices. So, in other words, it can push you to take in more energy than you burn. Some research has found that sleep deprivation is linked to lower leptin levels, which is a hormone that signals when you're full, and higher ghrelin levels, the hormone that drives hunger. So, in plain language, your body may start nudging you to eat more, even when you do not actually need more fuel. But it's not just about hormones. Poor sleep also affects the brain, making high calorie foods feel more rewarding. So that means cookies, chips, sugary snacks, and quick comfort food can feel much harder to resist when you're exhausted. So people often end up eating more, and because they're not necessarily burning more calories, that pattern can lead to weight gain over time. So if you have been frustrated with your weight or wondering why your cravings feel so strong lately, do not ignore your sleep. Sometimes the problem is not a lack of discipline. Sometimes your body is exhausted. And when that happens, it becomes harder to manage your hunger, cravings, and healthy choices. The fact is, sleep is not something to take lightly. It's one of the ways you protect your appetite, your energy, and your health. So we look at how a lack of sleep affects your weight. So now let's look at how it impacts your immune system. Now your immune system is one of the ways your body protects and defends you. So I want you to think of it like the security team for your body. Sleep is when that team resets, receives its instructions, and prepare for the next day. So when you cut your sleep short, it is like sending your security team back on duty, short staffed, and not fully equipped. They may still show up, but they're not working at their best. And so research shows that poor sleep can actually reduce the activity of natural killer cells, which are important immune cells that help your body respond to viruses and abnormal cells. So at the same time, a lack of sleep can increase inflammation in the body. So when the body remains in a low-grade inflammatory state, it means the immune system is overly activated for too long. So over time, that can contribute to a wide range of health problems, including a greater risk of heart disease, diabetes, and other chronic conditions. So even though your body may be doing a lot behind the scenes, it is not always responding in the best way. And so poor sleep can throw the immune system out of balance. Some parts become less effective, while other parts become too active, leading to increased inflammation. This is part of why poor sleep is linked with getting sick more easily, feeling run down, and taking longer to recover. A lack of sleep can also affect how well your body builds immune memory. Now, immune memory helps your body remember how to respond to infection it has encountered before. So when sleep is poor, your immune system may not respond as strongly or as effectively as it could. So if you have been pushing through, sleeping less, and telling yourself you will catch up later, do not overlook what that may be doing to your body. Your body cannot function properly without quality sleep. Sleep is one of the main ways your body repairs, regulates, and protects you. So we looked at the impact of a lack of sleep on our weight and immune system. So let's talk about our mood. So a lack of sleep can also affect your mood, your patience, and how you show up every day. Now, when you are not sleeping enough, you may notice that you feel more anxious, more irritable, more emotionally sensitive, or just not like yourself. Now, John Hopkins notes that poor sleep can make it harder to regulate emotions, and over time, that can leave you more vulnerable to depression. So, in other words, poor sleep does not just affect your body, it affects your emotional stability as well. And I think this is important to know, especially if you're a purpose driven woman over 40. Because at this stage of your life, you are often carrying a lot. You're making decisions, solving problems. You have to show up for your family, work, ministry, or business. So when your sleep is off, it's not just that you yawn more. It can become harder to stay calm. think clearly, and respond wisely. So you may find yourself getting frustrated more quickly, feeling overwhelmed by things that normally wouldn't bother you, or just struggling to bounce back after a stressful situation. So research shows that sleep plays a critical role in healthy emotional brain function. So when sleep is cut short, your ability to manage your emotion is impacted. Poor sleep can also affect your judgment and decision making. That means when you are exhausted, it can be harder to think through the consequences of your action and easier to agree to things you would normally question if you were well rested. Now, one recent study found that sleep deprived people were less able to receive negative feedback to improve their decisions, which helped explain why tired people can make poor choices, especially if they're under pressure. So, if you have ever said, why did I react like that? Or why did I agree to that when I know better? Sleep may be a big part of the picture. So if there's one thing I want you to take away from this video, is this. Sleep is not to be taken lightly. It affects your appetite, your immune system, mood, judgment, and ability to show up well every day. So if you're a purpose-driven woman over 40, that matters because you do not just need energy to get through the day, you need clarity, patience, emotional stability, and a capacity to carry what God has placed in your hand. So when you keep brushing off poor sleep like it is no big deal, you may be overlooking one of the very things impacting your health. So if you have not been feeling like yourself lately, do not be too quick to blame your age, your discipline, or your hormones only. Start by looking at your sleep. Sometimes the body responds negatively because it needs your attention. Now, sleep is not a luxury. It is one of the ways you protect your health. Support your hormones, steady your emotions, and build the strength to keep showing up for the life God called you to. So instead of treating sleep like the thing you squeeze in if there's time left, start treating it like a part of your health strategy. Not getting enough sleep is not just leaving you tired, it may be quietly affecting far more than you realize. You see, the devil, he loves a tired, distracted woman because a distracted mind cannot work fully in purpose. So if you're a purpose-driven woman over 40, ready to reclaim your focus, protect your peace, and stop letting exhaustion steal your calling, join me for the 5-day detox challenge, a gentle guided reset to help your body release what has been weighing it down and restore what has been missing. So I want you to click the link below to reserve your spot now. We'll see you there.